Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're featuring a new release from Seiko, and this is the SPB 333. It's part of their 110 anniversary line of models. It's also part of the Save the Oceans model, this one, and it's closely based on the Turtle. And to be fair, I think this is a rather handsome looking watch. I think it's almost got a kind of almost 70s vibe to it. I say that because of the silvers and greys. I just think it really is actually. I think it really does look the part. But before I get too far into the review, I've got to say a big thank you to Ryan and the team over at Francis & Gay of Coventry for allowing me to review this watch. I keep saying it, but honestly, so many watches. If you go there, you'll just, I guarantee you'll walk out with something because they've got a great collection going on. I'll leave a link in the description below if you can't make it to the shop. So here we go. Isn't it a handsome looking watch? I really think this, does look the part for sure. Sizes wise of this, we're talking 41mm case. Only 12.3 millimeters thick and a fraction under 47 mil lug to lug. Bracelet size is 20 mil. Now, to be fair, it sits so well on the wrist, this one, with its cushion case. I think it really is an incredibly comfortable watch to wear. But let's face it, look at that dial. The dial is very cool in this. Some people are saying it's a bit like the white birch you get on the Grand Seiko. But Seiko basically is saying it's like a glacier dial. And I can completely understand where they're coming from here. It does look like a wall of ice almost. It definitely does look good. Now, what's cool about this, you do have the applied markers. The applied hour markers come around here. Minute tracked going around the outside, printed. Now, as one would expect, it's a Seiko, so it's got tremendous lume out of the box, so that's really good. The hands as well, there's a nice bit of polishing on the hands. I do like the way they have a small bevel on that hour hand going around there. I think it really does look the part. And I say it's kind of a traditional handset really from Seiko, but they do a good job of it. What's different as well, apart from the glacier on here, is the date window at 4:30 position, being that it's a round window this time. So it's something a little bit more unusual from Seiko. Obviously we have the script on the dial as well. Now, coming out from that dial, we have a domed sapphire crystal. Looking at it, I believe it is only single domed, I believe, looking at that. But it does have AR coating on the inside. Now, past that, let's have a listen to the bezel. It's not bad, a little bit muted. Does it line up? That's more important. Just about, I'd say lines up. Purchase of this is quite easy, as it has a coin edge bezel, and the bezel insert is definitely interesting. You don't notice at first, but it has this radial brushing going around, like definite radial grooves going around there, not so much brushing but actual grooves in there. And it does have obviously the minute track running around there. It is quite nice actually. Some people might have preferred a ceramic, but this one does, I think, look quite good. Now, the case itself, your traditional cushion case from Seiko. It's kind of harps back to the old Willard, I suppose. This one has been going around for years from Seiko, tried and trusted. They do a really nice job of it. Very nice, no sharp edges at all, feels nice, and I appreciate the drilled out lugs, as makes strap changing so much easier. And talking of straps, it also comes with this beautiful G10 NATO style strap with Seiko hardware on it, and I think that is a really good looking strap. I'll have to try and get a picture of it on there, but it looks fantastic. Now, the crown, as you'd expect, screw down crown. This does have 200 meters worth of water resistant. One other thing I should mention about the case and also the bracelet, it does have Seiko's proprietary hard coat. Now, normal steel has a hardness rating roughly around about 200 Vickers, give or take 220, somewhere around there. The hard coat on this should take that up to over double at 500 Vickers. So it should be a bit more resilient to scratching. I'm not going to say it's scratch proof, definitely 100%. It isn't scratch proof, but it definitely will be more resistant to scratches. So that's, yeah, food for thought, and always better to have it than not. Now we have a screw down case back on the back of this. What's housed inside this watch is Seiko 6R35 movement. Now, I'm always a little bit hit and miss. When they're set up well, they're good. And to be fair, I put this one on the time grapher and it did do really well. It was coming in at about plus 3 seconds a day in that position. Now, to be fair, that is very good. You know, can't fault that at all. But unfortunately with Seiko, it is a bit hit and miss. You get good ones, you get bad ones, unfortunately. So one of those things. But this one definitely did do well. It's a 24 dual movement with, I think it's about 70 hours of power. So when fully wound, it is truly, you know, it's a really good one. Now, the actual bracelet itself on this model, if I open up the clasp, you can see it is a very good looking bracelet, I think so. Anyway, let's check the... there's always the shake, unfortunately, with Seiko. It's always more on one side than the other, I don't know why. But the bracelet I really do like. I like its kind of satinized finish. It looks really good. It's going to be pin and collar, I presume it always is. Yeah, pin and collar, so fair enough, you know. The actual clasp itself, very solid, no problem at all there. Unfortunately, you only get 2 levels of micro adjustment, which is a little bit of a shame. You do have a dive link extension on the end there, which is always good. But overall, I think it looks great. Let me show you it on my wrist so you get an idea how it looks. Let me zoom out for that. My wrist size is 7¼ inches. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing a Zin 104 on the Fine Link bracelet. And Bob has got, what you got there? The Satina DS. Now, I've never reviewed a Satina, so that's going to be quite interesting. So... I should also point out this is actually a limited edition watch. There's only going to be 5,000 of these made. So they'll probably be around for a bit, but once they're gone, they are gone. Now you can see plenty of bracelet size there. So even if you've got up to an 8-inch, maybe in a fraction over, you'll be okay. But I think that sits really, really well on the wrist. I really do think that it's kind of it's a good looking, handsome watch. Not only do I think it looks good on the bracelet, but you know, that NATO strap as well, I think looks tremendous. But I could also picture this on a nice brown leather strap. I think this would look really good, or a light or grey leather strap. Either one of these would look fantastic, I think. Anyway, all the best, and I will leave you to it, guys. I'll see you at the next review. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to purchase this watch, follow the link in the description, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.